Hey everyone, today we are in patch 5.17 and I'm playing with my 5v5 ranked team with my friends here, Kassadin mid. I was second pick here, I'll admit. Mid was very last pick. She picked LeBlanc. She could have picked an AD champion and completely screwed me over, but first pick was going to pick mid. On my team, but he said fuck it, go top lane. I'm going to wait here for mana potion. I'll explain that later. We sort of went what we're more comfortable with here. Me, I prefer bottom lane or mid lane, and you know, people just recognize that. And they said sure, why not go mid lane. Anyway, these guys were comfortable with the Malphite and Hecarim bottom lane. They call that Malfurium bot lane. Sorry, Malfurium bot lane, and that was really good. In my opinion, that was actually really good. You know, like in the loading screen, I seen it, and then and they just answered it. They said, you know, who said we're following the meta, and I said, you know, good point. Anyway, I had to wait in the fountain there for a second because I sort of went 2109 in the Masteries, so I didn't go all the way into utility. I went so far as to, you know, like not taking the biscuit, but taking the one which extends the potions and stuff by, was it 15 or 25%. I didn't go for the wealth to get the extra 40. Yet I decide to wait in the fountain when minions spawn for the extra 10 gold so I can get a crystalline flask, 3 health potions and a mana potion, or just any other potion that I want along with my crystalline flask and 3 potions. Kassadin against LeBlanc is okay, you're sort of evenly matched, but at levels 1 to 7 you're gonna have a lot of trouble. I don't really have this much trouble with her because she's being far too aggressive against me, and I'm able to get all my charges on my E. It's sort of a thing where you're Kassadin and other assassins. LeBlanc has to be really careful against them because they all have these marks, which I can actually differentiate between which one's the real LeBlanc and which one's the fake one. This next kill I actually F up a lot and get the wrong one and probably deny myself a kill, but that's okay. If LeBlanc is above 25% health and I slow her for a second, I know that my E is going to do enough damage to both put her into the stealth, and the minute she comes out, the clone that moves the slowest, I know that one is the real one, and then I can, you know, openly just, you know, attack that one without like going for the fake one or anything like that. Anyway, Kassadin against LeBlanc, you shouldn't be ashamed if you take a lot of like, if you take like a bunch of damage from her, stuff like that. Here I actually make a bunch of mistakes. I'm trying to keep the lane pushed in all times. You sort of have a choice to max either your Q or your E, but I've never really found a really good situation to max my Q first. The E will give was a really good slow, a really potent slow, and it will also give a bunch of wave clear, and that's what LeBlanc is extremely weak against. If I can keep the lane even and keep it sort of away from my tower, then that'll be okay. That's one of Kassadin's weaknesses as well. During like, I guess like levels like 3 to 4, you're going to be pushed in a lot to your tower, so you're going to like lose a lot of CS. But it's okay because you can CS with your Q and you can CS with your W and use that as an auto attack reset. Usually, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of suck ass at CSing most of the time. Yeah, I suck ass at CSing, but with Kassadin, my CSing actually gets pretty damn good. If you think it's bad here, then you should see me playing like Lux or Wukong. Anyway, the lane at this moment is actually going okay-ish. Right here, we know like he's just gonna go for Devourer. This helps a lot. Yeah, he just went for Devourer. He's not going to gank mid. These guys are doing extremely well, I think. Well, not now, but later on, I think like Malphite gets like 7 and 1. He gets a really early Iceborne Gauntlet, and that's absolutely fine. Top lane, I think that was just indifferent, but it did get to a point where Renekton started losing, and then he had to come mid to help LeBlanc against me. But as Kassadin, ganks, you know, always go really, really bad for the enemy team, since you have your Rift Walk and you have your slow, so people won't be able to do anything against you. Especially Vi. Like, Vi is not a scumbag jungler, but it's always a thing. If, like, with my experience with just like 1,000 normal wins, I've never really seen, I've probably been against like 20 or 30 Vi jungles, and it's always just been a thing where she's able to ult me once, and then that always nearly ends up in a kill, even if I do have my flash my escapes. But anyway, right now, I'm actually winning in CS here, about 3 waves over LeBlanc. Right now, you see, like, she's like, she can't really afford to go back because she'll lose a bunch of health, and the value of the blue buff will actually go down as well. And she can't really afford to stay because I'm going to be zoning her away from the creeps. You see, like, my position here, I'm sort of standing in front of my creeps, so whenever she will go to CS thing, I'll just step forward and stop her. If you can see here, I'll keep stepping forward and see, she's like, she won't go anywhere near the CS, and this is really important to keep her from snowballing. But right now she has 2 choices. She can either stay here and sort of like scrape up to the CS, or she can go bottom lane and see if she can get a double kill here. But these guys are both tanks, and Tristana is kind of behind as well. 61 CS at 10 minutes is pretty bad. I can't really say much for myself, which is 77, but you know, it's actually alright. I still get more CS and shit at the end. That's fine. So right now she's zoned effectively from the lane. She's not going to be able to CS. She's not going to be able to like really push it. Right now I think she's going to go back. There's one thing that you should never do against LeBlanc, and that's let her roam. If LeBlanc roams, say she like wants to go bottom lane to get the double kill, you can either follow her, that's option A, or you can keep pushing the lane, which is B. Either one is absolutely fine, just make sure to keep calling SS. The only one thing about following her is this path, alright? I've traveled this path more than I've traveled this one. I don't think you should worry about this one, right? But this one is extremely dangerous, since you kind of have a choice for either going the short way, which is, you know, up all around here to go around, like rift walking around the brushes, and short way to gank here. But that will waste a lot of mana and stuff like that, and once you get there, you'll probably be exhausted. Not the summoners, but exhausted, like you'll probably find like mana redundancy or whatever. You can go the long way, which, you know, goes up around here, back up to the tower. That's guaranteed the most safest way. Or you can just go straight down mid lane, straight down a river, which is also good. But you gotta think, since I'm Kassadin, I'm gonna be able to get out. But if I'm playing anyone else, such as like Zerat, Lux, Ziggs, anyone that's sort of long range and they'd rather stay out of range, but if they get like anywhere close to LeBlanc or Kassadin, then they're dead. LeBlanc could, if she wanted to, pretend like she's going bottom lane and camp either this bush here or this bush here, and wait for me to go, wait for me to come down and then start comboing me. And at this point, if I don't have any like minions or whatever, and if I don't have my like Rod of Ages or have any tank, she's going to be able to, probably kill me. And I'm probably going to be stupid, and I'm probably going to be like rift walking all the way down to make sure that LeBlanc doesn't get like any double kills or anything like that. Where am I here? So still effectively zoning her. I'm going to keep her away from CS. She'll probably miss this minion here. It's actually really important to keep minions and stuff like that. Keep them away from your opponent at any cost. You can do this a lot of ways. You can do it the way that I'm doing, so you force her to miss all of it like this. Or what you can do is you can push your lane and sort of like, not like if the lane's like all the way up here, your lane is all the way up here. You can always force her out of lane and sort of like don't attack the tower, but like start going up here and proxying. Same thing with top lane, you can go here, like stop the minion wave like up around here and start like using like Tiamat or your E. Anyway, here's a team fight. I don't know where I am. I think I'm at base. No, I'm actually right there, never mind. I should get a lot of kills here. Yeah, double at the expense of one, which is the jungler. I won't be able to get this crank. I was still over Skype, I was like, come over here, but I just said F it because Tristana was here, she was on her way, so I just said, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go away. At this point, I have enough for my Rod of Ages, but I'm still gonna push the lane because I know that LeBlanc is dead. It's gonna take a while to get back to lane. Yeah, bottom lane is actually doing fine now. They got their first kill. Ekram's ever so close to their Icebone Gauntlet. Yeah, they're gonna be able to kill her like that. That's nice. Yeah, so here I have the blue buff. I'm happy, but I sort of stayed too long, so I'm gonna have to rush back to mid lane. But right now, 3-0. That ain't bad. LeBlanc is, yeah, she's 2-2, but it's not scary. Even at 10-2, LeBlanc isn't scary at this point, since it's gonna be a thing where she's going to be doing a lot of damage, but you can reassure yourself that that's the most amount of damage she's going to do. She's not going to do any more damage like during that lane. She's going to do that damage and then probably like 5 minutes later do probably half as much because LeBlanc's late scaling sucks, to be honest. Alright, here it's like, I know that your stand is bottom lane, this is a 2v2. I don't think Malphite really wants to do anything, but I'm not actually going to get anything here. But still, we got top lane, we got that down. Mid lane, I'm starting to get more CS and stuff like that. Let's see if anything like interesting happens here. Still slowing, stuff like that. I ward here, make sure I see Blitzcrank. Here, Renekton made a huge mistake. It was actually kind of funny. You see him here, I'll actually turn off their Fog of War. We were red team, weren't we? Yeah. Alright. So, when I go over here to ward, see, usually there's a blind spot here, so if Renekton was standing here, and I was still standing here, there's no chance I would have seen him. Then he would have probably E'd onto one of my minions, and then E'd to me, stunned me, and then I was dead, right? But, I went up here, warded, right? But I went up around here, and I was able to see Renekton for like a split second. Right there, right? And then he should have realized that like this minion here could have seen him here, but he makes a really big mistake here by sort of staying a bit to see if I'll actually like stay a bit. But yeah, we see him. This means two things. There's 3 mid lane, so that means that Riven can either keep pushing or go mid lane with me, so we can probably get to triple or whatever. But this is kind of a thing now where they're all going to go for dragon. I think we get this dragon. but we're sort of like, they're more clunked up, so we're going to be going for a 4v5 unless Riven can get here ASAP, but we'll see. They're starting to engage here. They're sort of making some sort of presence because they know from bottom lane Tristana's 0-2. They know that they're saying, guys, you know, watch out. Like this Hecarim and this Malphite are actually really, really good. They're going to like, you know, ult and then just like, yeah, they're going to ult and just like one shot you that way. Because the power of friendship, it doesn't really matter what comp you're going. It's just a thing of friendship. Right. Here, I have my E up. You can see, with most Kassadins, you can actually see the sort of gooey stuff that's going around them. That means that my Force Pulse is available, right? So, right now, they're in a sort of cripple position here. I don't know how I can actually zoom out. I can actually, yeah, right. So, I'm here. What I want to plan to do is, you know, their frontline, Renekton and Blitzcrank are going to want to get in, and so is Vi, right? So both LeBlanc and Tristana are going to be left behind. At level 8, she's actually not going to have that much of a attack range, but she's going to be staying behind, and this is where Kassadin thrives, right? So Jax can come in here, stun here. These guys can ult or whatever here, and then I can come in and have free range over both LeBlanc and Tristana, which is my job here, so I don't want to slow it down. Right, normal speed. See? Jump over. Go straight for Tristana. Make sure she dies first. And then, right here, whenever it gets to this point, where you either have a choice between a squishy or the enemy or the enemies, you just go straight for the squishy, because, you know, I know these guys, I know they're good, they're going to be able to turn most of this around. Hecarim, I think Hecarim dies here, but it doesn't really matter because it's a 15-minute ace. But anyway, there's no hope in hell I'm gonna kill Renekton. Probably with help, yeah, but it'll be so much better if I can actually go for the squishies. So that's exactly what I do. Kill her. And Vi actually goes off, gets to execute here. We go off, kill that guy. We both try to chase Vi, she dies. It's not really, it's an ace, but it's like an unofficial ace. So we end up getting Dragon, that's nice. And what else? Yeah, everything's actually going absolutely fine at the moment. I'm 403, which is nice. I still have my crystalline flask, and I always like to hang on to it as much as I can. This goes with Doran's blades and Doran's rings. I try to keep them for as long as I can, until I have to sell them for an item, or I have to make space for an item. Alright. So, we have way more wards. They have like one ward in the Tri-Brush. Most of the towers are down except for mid. I'm gonna start working on mid tower now. But they're all sort of scared of bot lane at the moment, and they're not really scared of me. They're not going to focus me because, you know, there's no real point. We'll actually keep going here. Yeah, this is a huge mistake on Vi's part. I'm not sure if it was just like lag, because she actually reconnected at the start of the game, but we'll see what actually happens here. So Vi, she doesn't have her ult up, does she? No, she doesn't. Against a Kassadin, you would always want your ult up, as Vi, but with Kassadin, I was sort of being stupid a bit. My Rift Walk is up, but sometimes I'd use it to farm. I would Rift Walk onto the caster minions and then eat them. And then the jungler would say, okay, Kassadin just used his ultimate like an Artard, so I'm going to go in and ult him. So Kassadin is way more, he's probably one of the most mobile champions in the league, so without Vi's ult, I can just Rift Walk, I'm safe, right? But in this situation with Vi, she tried to charge her Q. I didn't want to get hit by that Q, so I started like walking over here, and she makes a huge mistake here. She, you know, gets LeBlanc. She just says, "Yeah, LeBlanc, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna kill Kassadin for you." You know, flashing off the thing here. Right. Now, the thing about enemy jungle is my allies. If she goes into my jungle, my allies are going to be far more closer to. My allies are going to be closer to me, so they're going to be helping me more. And LeBlanc is probably going to be completely useless here, since she just wasted her. She just wasted her distortion and her ultimate, so that's most of her damage cut off, and she's gonna have to like walk all the way around here. So she's just gonna say feck it and then just go ahead and roll it here. Alright. Yeah, she's just gonna she's just gonna say, yeah, I'm just gonna farm if I can go F herself. But she went over here and she completely underestimates me, alright? People would look at levels. I'm 3 levels ahead of her, alright? Levels are so important, alright? So that means I have 3 skill points ahead of her, 3 stat lines ahead of her, and she's in enemy jungle. And she just wasted her Q, and she doesn't have her ult. So she's at an extreme disadvantage here. So she's like, yeah, so what, Kassadin, I don't have any magic damage, he's really weak to AD, that's true, but, you know, guess who's not? That is Jax. So she has no way to get out, and she's just there like, yo, what's up, Kassadin? But like, she just goes, it's too late for it's too late for her to go anywhere, and then he gets a double kill. I actually laughed. Yeah, I just actually laughed my behind off here. The Skype, everyone's like, you know, what's up? Then I'm trying to explain it, and then I was like, you know, so what? Kill. That's fine. So I think I actually, I'm actually trying to see if I can fight Tristana. Right here it's like, okay. It's always so funny seeing. Yeah, this is kind of another mistake here. She should really be. She has 9 charges on her Devourer, so she should really be. She should really be in the jungle farming. 1 for the Devourer and 2 for the levels. All right. So, Riven level 12. I'm level 12. Jax is 11, but we still have a huge advantage over Vi, which is 9. We weren't contesting her jungle at all. We probably will contest it afterwards, but we weren't contesting it all. I don't know why she fought here, but she did. So we're just wailing on Vi. She's trying to get a Riven. Riven gets a shield, kill her. That was pretty funny. But it's alright. We still didn't contest the jungle. If I knew that blue buff was up, I would have took it, but I didn't. Cough, cough, cough. Okay. Bottom lane is now doing extremely well. He's got his Iceborne Gunkler, he's got his Face of the Mountain. They got their first turret and stuff down. Kinda scared. They should be scared. Alright. Let's go back. Alright. Did I kill anyone? No, I think someone was actually teleporting down and stuff like that. Yeah, here, I'm wondering if I can actually do it. Since it's Rekton's teleporting down, I don't know if he could actually do something better because he was just coming there. I think he will actually TP down as well. Our Malphite is dead. Wait, no, why? Yeah, Malphite is dead. And it's sort of like I have an opening to go to attack the backline, since Rekton, he's going to come after these guys because I don't think they know I'm here. No, they do know I'm here. But Face, at this point, there's absolutely nothing they can do. But still, Rekton sort of does a really smart thing here. Instead of teleporting and just going straight for here, he chose to defend his backline. My mouse is actually after pick. He chose to defend his back line and actually go this way. But anyway, we sort of go around. This is all about Kassadin, alright? Always stay at the back. Always a reasonable thing. Always a reasonable distance from the thing. Because I know I'm here, I can see that I can actually probably attack these and probably kill them, and then probably jump on Tristana because she has low health, stuff like that. I can't actually see if that's actually on cooldown or not. But sometimes it doesn't matter whether somebody has an escape or not, like Kassadin's going to be able to think. So right here, I actually end up backing like around here with like 5,400 gold, some crazy like that. But usually with Zhonya's Hourglass, you have two choices when you have Zhonya's, alright? I don't have Zhonya's now, but I'm just taking this as an example. You can either A, Rift Walk in, do all your stuff, Zhonya's, and then Rift Walk out, or you can walk in, then start doing your stuff, Rift Walk whenever possible, and then Rift Walk out, and sort of save your Zhonya's if there's no one here that you're kind of scared of. So right now, I'm going to TP over, get the triple, yeah, he gets this one, I let him get this one. Anyway, I'm a very rich man, I don't know how to get things up here. Yeah, the gold difference, I have 3,900, 8,800 in total. LeBlanc and me and Riven are sort of earning the same. Jax is just in the jungle all the time, so we're like giants right now. And the great thing about bottom lane is that even if they didn't do well, they're still going to be really useful with their ultimates. So like, you know, it's like 5k, 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 4k, 5k, 6k, and we're just extremely behind. Sorry, they're just extremely behind. Just 24k there, 39k. So yeah, they're just gonna get stumped. Right now, at the end of the game, it starts turning out to be something crazy like 10 and 40. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. I'm always being questioned, not always being questioned, just always questioning my mind. Is it worth it to let LeBlanc stay bottom lane and potentially get a kill? I'm saying potentially really scarcely here, like potentially get a kill, or should I push mid? Right now I thought that mid was actually kind of too dangerous to push, but then again, roaming is kind of more dangerous, more push. Sorry, it's more dangerous than pushing, given the right circumstances. So anyway, we're trying to just fight here. Right here, both of our bottom lanes are low. We're gonna be able to get most of the stuff, but we know that Renekton's around there, so we're just gonna help each other a bit. Hopefully he doesn't die. Does he die? Oh no, he doesn't. He does that. That was ace. That was very nice. Alright, let's see. Right. I think this is the point of the game where I should take a lot of damage, so it sort of gets to a point where I take damage. Sorry, yeah, I take damage, then say, oh well, let's go back. And sorry, let's say, oh well, let's go back. And then go back out and not being there for like 5 seconds and then just having to go back again. I absolutely hate when that happens. Right. Anyway, right here, 5,400 in bank. I can just go straight back and get Zhonya's Hourglass. I know that he's safe. He's always safe. Is he safe? Anyway, for items in Kassadin, it's kind of, it's really clear. It's always Rod of Ages first. Always Rod of Ages first. Doesn't matter how ahead you are. Doesn't matter how behind you are. Rod of Ages. I've been in situations where I've completely stomped lanes, and I said to myself, "Hey, do I really need Rod of Ages? Can I just go straight for Rabadons?" I would go straight for Rabadons, go straight for Zhonya's, and then I would get my ass kicked because I don't have any health. I have Zhonya's, but I'm going to die anyway because I don't have my Rod of Ages. And then I say to myself, well, I'm going to build Rod of Ages now after my first item. Then it's going to be like, well, you just wasted, you know, are you really going to survive like 10 minutes to actually do that stuff? Or do you really have 10 minutes to spare? Because you need to get the money to build it, and then you need to wait 10 minutes, and by that time it's already going to be like 40 minutes into the game or something like that. But anyway, it's always Zhonya's first. Sorry, not Zhonya's first. Rod of Ages. Always Rod of Ages first. Then next you have the choice to either go for Rabadon's deck cap or Rabadon's deck cap or Zhonya's. It's always that choice. Yeah, I let him have this. But yeah, then it's Rabadon's or Zhonya's next. Then it's either Luden's Echo or Lynchbane next. Quick think about his W here. This is a really good ability since it's like both Nashor's Tune. It's Nashor's Tune and Nashor's Tune, Essence Reaver, and Lynchbane all in one. Right. The mana that you get from activate is always 5 times as much, I think. But the scaling on the passive is kind of like a baby Lynchbane, but it's like 5% off Lynchbane. A Lynchbane is 15% of your ability power. So is Luden's Echo is 15% of your AP as bonus magic damage. And it's always so good with this to Rift Walk onto somebody, auto attack, and just as the animation goes off and just as the damage W again, so then you sort of get like 2 auto attacks in, and then you also get like most of your mana refunded because 30% of your missing mana is given back to you, which is always nice. Let's play this. I missed some of it, but I don't really mind. Let me see. Yeah, 10-0-10. I haven't died yet. I got an S+ in this match, I think. I may as well have an S+. 10-0-10. Right here, we actually didn't. It wasn't wanted, but we knew that these guys probably weren't stupid, so they probably wouldn't do this. But a fight erupts here, I think, where he goes up and starts warding, and then they seen him, and then they're like, "Hey, wait, you're in the jungle." He ends up pulling Malphite here. He sweeps it, sorry. So right here, we're sort of clustered. They don't have any like AoEs, so we're not really scared. Here's a really good thing, alright? So they can actually sort of see most of us, or Blitzcrank already came up and they seen the guy warding here. This is a really good example of Kassadin teamfights. If I can actually go further a bit here. I'll actually do it here. Alright, stop here. Right. Teamfight is erupting here. Alright. People want to hop on Riven, they want to hop on everyone here. So Renekton wants to go in, Blitzcrank wants to go in, Vi is already in, alright? But poor little Blanc and poor little Tristana, they're going to be trapped behind here with yours truly, Kassadin. See here, I'm going to Rift Walk back. Nobody is going to stop probably Blitzcrank, but let's be honest, the Vi is already dead at this point. So Renekton, he had to stop the teamfight here because he's backline. There's no damage coming from the backline because I'm ruining them. So I go ahead, boom, boom. I still have rip walk, stuff like that. He's dead. So it's like this with every assassin, including not like a. It's like this with every assassin, but I feel that Kassadin can do this. In team fights, you can either be a burst mage, where you can actually build like a carry, like I'm building, and sort of like deal sort of damage to everyone else, or you can actually do what I prefer, and that's being an ambush assassin. Actually, no, wait, I'm not building a carry here. I'm building the ambush assassin because I'm happy enough with Riven and Jax's progress. So I'm going to be able to play a bit of, Batman Arkham Asylum, where, you just jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. Yeah, just constantly jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out, and stuff like that. Keep dealing your damage, keep on getting like your mana back from your W. And you're extremely strong like that. Like any other assassin probably won't be able to do that. Like Katarina will probably have to go in once. So will LeBlanc. So will someone like Talon or Zed. They'll probably be able to jump in and out and auto attack a couple of times, but still, no one does it as well as Kassadin, because if a Katarina or a LeBlanc or anything like that, you just say, alright, we'll just CC them, there's no problem. But with poor old Kassadin, he jumps in the back line, and then everyone's going to be like, holy hell, this guy is going to like ruin the back line, which he always does. And their team will start panicking. They'll probably like, put some CC on Kassadin before he teleports away and teleports back. Because you'll see it in my compilation. I did the Backstreet bait here, sort of Backstreet Boys kind of dance here to get them to bait, but they're not that stupid. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, they're not that stupid, so they're not gonna go for it. Right now, it's pretty much over. I think it stays 10. I hope it stays 10. No, wait, no, he dies to the. No, he doesn't die to. He dies to the fountain at one point. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's just a thing. Oh, is he actually gonna survive this? He actually does survive this. But yeah, it's actually gotten to a point of the game where their competition, your comp's strength is gonna come out, because they're gonna have like a bunch of bursts and stuff like that. So I'm going to be coming out. I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be doing whatever I want, and they're going to burst me down to like 500 and 600 health, and I'm going to be like, well, I don't want to ruin my 11-0-11 score, so I don't really, just F that sound. I don't want to do this anymore. Then I'm going to be going back. You'll see me. There's nothing exciting about me now. I'm going to be probably like going in, kill one person, and probably have to go back. At this point, I bought Lynchbane. I want to go for Lynchbane, so I buy Sheen. I don't buy anything after this, since they actually not surrender. We have to go for the Nexus. We go to Nexus. All right. So I think actually here we end up winning. I didn't use Zanya's once this game. I really didn't want to die here. Hopefully these guys aren't angry at me or anything like that, but still, let's actually go to somebody interesting. Jax does something funny here. Like he gets pulled into the fountain and dies, but that's okay. We're going to go reset yourself. Okay, either A Baron, B Dragon. So I said I'm gonna ward Dragon, and then ward new Dragon. I'm gonna ward Baron, and then we can. This guy's gonna solo. They said he was gonna solo it. He said he could solo, but he had absolutely no damage. But which is true, right? So me and Riven actually go ahead here and solo it ourselves. I really thought that I was actually going to die here because if we're all missing, they're going to take, okay, either Dragon or thing. But I'm pretty sure that Dragon that they just took said, okay, they're all a Dragon and not a Baron, so we're not going to check Baron. So we end up getting the thing, but I still want to go back. I had absolutely nothing to buy, just amplifying tone and just left. Alright. Kind of some DM there. Gonna be able to pull people here, but yeah, now it's just sort of me getting owned, making really bad decisions. Get in here, we get the tower, yada yada yada. And this is my discount expected here, where everyone held back while I wailed on the Nexus. Like, look at that. Yeah. Now I get to 50 gold here. 50 gold. 50 gold. Yeah.